Most people over 70 are told the same thing about their stomach. Eat lighter, eat blander, and take something for the discomfort. It sounds sensible, it sounds safe, but here is what nobody tells you. Eating bland and light does not feed the good bacteria that keep you strong and steady on your feet. The bacteria living inside your gut change as you grow older. After 70, they grow fewer, and the friendly kinds start to fade. Gut clinics see the result every single day in seniors who feel bloated, tired, and quietly unwell. Today, I will give you 5 simple foods that feed those bacteria back to life. Not fancy, not expensive, just 5 everyday foods, and the one truth most appointments never have time to explain. The number 1 food on this list is something almost nobody talks about, and most people throw it straight in the bin. Stay with me until the end, because that one food can change how you feel for the next 10 years. Here is why your doctor rarely mentions any of this. A typical appointment lasts about 12 minutes. In that time, your doctor checks your blood pressure, reviews your medications, and moves on. There is simply no room to talk about what you eat and how it feeds the trillions of bacteria inside you. Prevention through food takes time to explain, and the system does not reward time. So the gut, the quiet engine of your whole body, gets skipped again and again. Let me be clear about who I am and what this is. I am not here to sell you a supplement or scare you into a program. This channel exists to give you the science a 12-minute appointment never has time to cover. Everything here is food you can buy at any ordinary grocery store this week. This matters more than most people realize. A healthy gut helps you absorb the nutrients that keep your muscles strong and your bones dense. And strong muscles and dense bones are exactly what let you rise from a chair, climb your stairs, and stay in your own home. So tell me in the comments where you are watching from and your age. Write something like 73, Manchester, and let me see how many of us are here tonight. Now here is the one idea behind everything today. Inside your large intestine live trillions of tiny bacteria, and most of them are on your side. When you feed them the right foods, they produce a healing substance called butyrate. Butyrate is the fuel that keeps the wall of your gut strong and sealed. Think of your gut lining like the brick wall of an old garden. Every day, small workers repair the cracks and keep the wall solid and watertight. Those workers are your gut bacteria, and butyrate is the mortar they lay. Starve the workers, and the wall develops gaps and leaks. Feed the workers well, and the wall stays strong, which keeps inflammation out of your whole body. A healthy gut is not luck. It is not genetics. It is fed. Please do not skip this section. It is the key to everything that follows. If this is already making sense to you, tap the like button now. It helps more seniors find this and feed their gut before trouble starts. Let me start the countdown at number 5. Number 5 is ground flaxseed, and the word ground is the whole secret. Flaxseed is packed with soluble fiber, the kind that turns soft and gel-like in water. That gel is a feast for your gut bacteria and a gentle broom for your bowel. Picture a slow river carrying everything smoothly downstream instead of a dry, stuck channel. That is what soluble fiber does to a sluggish gut. It also carries special plant compounds called lignans that help calm inflammation along the way. Large clinical trials have consistently shown that a daily spoon of ground flaxseed improves regularity and softens stool. It is one of the most studied simple foods for the aging gut. Here is exactly how to use it. Start with 1 level tablespoon of ground flaxseed per day, not whole seeds. Whole seeds pass straight through you and do almost nothing, so the bag must say ground or you grind it yourself. Stir it into oatmeal, yogurt, or a glass of water. Drink a full glass of water with it, because fiber without water can make things worse, not better. After 1 week, you may rise to 2 tablespoons if you feel comfortable. If swallowing is a worry, mix it into something moist like applesauce so it never feels dry or gritty. Go slow, because too much too fast can cause gas and cramping. If bloating starts and does not settle within a few days, drop back to a smaller amount. And if you take a blood thinner, talk to your doctor before making flaxseed a daily habit. Pair your flaxseed with a glass of water and a short walk after the meal. The water activates the fiber and the walk gets your bowel moving. Together, they do far more than the flaxseed can do alone. But flaxseed only feeds the bacteria you already have. It cannot add new living bacteria into a gut that has lost them with age. That is exactly the gap the next food fills. Number 4 is plain kefir, the tangy, drinkable cousin of yogurt. If kefir is hard to find, plain yogurt with live cultures works too. Kefir is milk that has been fermented by dozens of friendly bacteria and yeasts. Drinking it is like sending fresh reinforcements into your gut. Remember those garden workers repairing the wall? Kefir marches new workers straight right through the gate. Put your hand on your stomach for a moment and picture that quiet army settling in. Fermented foods like kefir have been studied for decades, and research from major universities links them to a richer, more diverse gut. Diversity is the single best marker of a healthy older gut. Here is how to bring it in gently. Start with just half a cup of plain, unsweetened kefir once a day. Choose plain because the flavored kinds are loaded with sugar that feeds the wrong bacteria. Have it with breakfast or use it as the liquid on your morning oats. After a week, build up to 1 full cup a day. Cold kefir straight from the refrigerator is fine, but let it sit a few minutes if cold drinks bother your stomach. If you are lactose sensitive, kefir is often easier to handle than plain milk because the fermentation eats most of the lactose. Still, start small and watch how you feel. Some gurgling in the first few days is normal as your gut adjusts, but real pain or diarrhea means stop and cut back. And if your immune system is weakened by illness or medication, check with your doctor before adding live culture foods. Pair kefir with the flaxseed from number 5 in the very same bowl. The kefir brings the living bacteria and the flaxseed brings the fiber that feeds them. That pairing is far stronger than either food eaten alone, but new bacteria still need a steady daily food supply or they simply move on and disappear. Kefir delivers the workers, yet it cannot be their main meal. The next food is one of the best everyday meals you can give them. And the number 1 food, still ahead, is the one that feeds them most directly of all. Number 3 is the humble bowl of oats. Plain old rolled oats. Not the sugary instant packets, but real oats you cook yourself. Oats carry a special soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan is one of the favorite meals of your good gut bacteria. Think of it as slow, steady firewood rather than a quick flash of paper. It burns low and long, feeding your bacteria for hours after breakfast. As they feed, they produce more of that healing butyrate we named a moment ago. The heart benefits of oats are so well established that health authorities allow oats to carry an official cholesterol-lowering claim. The same beta-glucan that lowers cholesterol also nourishes your gut. Here is the simple daily dose. Use half a cup of dry rolled oats, cooked in water or milk, most mornings of the week. That gives you roughly 2 grams of beta-glucan, a meaningful amount for your bacteria. Skip the flavored instant packets, which can hide 6 or more teaspoons of sugar. Sweeten with a handful of berries or a few slices of banana instead. Cook them soft so they are easy to chew and gentle on your stomach. If mornings feel rushed, soak the oats overnight in the refrigerator so they are ready and soft by dawn. For anyone with swallowing trouble, cook them extra soft and thin them with more liquid. If oats leave you overly full or gassy, use a smaller portion and build up slowly. Sharp cramping is a signal to slow down, not to push through. Pair your oats with the ground flaxseed from number 5 and half a cup of kefir. That single bowl becomes fiber, living bacteria, and slow firewood all at once. It may be the most powerful gut breakfast you can make in 5 minutes, but oats give your bacteria mostly one main type of fiber, and variety matters as much as amount. A truly healthy gut wants many different fibers, not just one. The next food brings the widest fiber variety of all, and it is cheaper than almost anything else you buy. Number 2 is beans and lentils, the humble legumes. Any kind will do, from lentils to chickpeas to plain kidney beans. Beans are one of the richest sources of prebiotic fiber on earth. Prebiotic simply means food for your good bacteria. Imagine setting a long banquet table for the workers in your gut. Beans lay out dish after dish, a wider spread than almost any other food. That variety lets many different bacteria flourish, and diversity is the crown jewel of gut health. Have you noticed how the simplest, cheapest foods keep winning here? Populations that eat beans daily are among the longest living people studied anywhere in the world. Researchers who study healthy aging keep landing on the same humble food. Here is how to eat them without trouble. Aim for half a cup of cooked beans or lentils 3 or 4 times a week. Canned beans are perfectly fine. Just rinse them well under water to cut the salt and the gas. Lentils are the gentlest starting point because they are soft and easy to digest. Add them to soups, stews, and salads through the week. Cook them until fully soft, never firm, so they are kind to older teeth and stomachs. This is the one food to introduce slowly because too much too soon causes real gas. Start with just 2 tablespoons and build up over 2 or 3 weeks as your gut adjusts. Rinsing canned beans and cooking them soft cuts the gas dramatically. If you are on a potassium-restricted diet for your kidneys, check with your doctor first, because beans are high in potassium. Pair beans with a spoon of the ground flaxseed and a large glass of water. The extra fluid and fiber keep everything moving smoothly as the beans do their work. Never load up on beans without drinking enough water alongside, but even beans mostly feed your bacteria from the outside in. There is one food that goes a step further and hands your gut the exact healing fuel it craves. That is the number one food, and almost nobody talks about it. And now the number one food, the one almost nobody talks about. It is cooked and cooled starch, ordinary potatoes and rice that you cook, chill, and then eat cold. Here is the surprise that changes everything. When you cook a potato or a pot of rice and then let it cool in the refrigerator, something remarkable happens inside it. The starch physically rearranges into a form your body cannot digest in the usual way. This is called resistant starch because it resists your stomach and travels all the way down to your bacteria. And resistant starch is one of the best fuels of all for making butyrate, the healing mortar for your gut wall. Think of every other food today as delivering groceries to the front door. This one carries the food straight into the kitchen and lights the stove. It is the most direct way to feed the workers who repair your gut. Resistant starch has become one of the most exciting areas in gut research over the past decade. Studies from respected nutrition centers show it can raise butyrate more powerfully than ordinary fiber. And higher butyrate is tied to a stronger gut lining and calmer inflammation throughout the body. Now here is exactly how to make it, and it costs almost nothing. Cook potatoes or rice the normal way, whether you boil, bake, or steam them. Then here is the crucial step. Put them in the refrigerator for at least 12 hours, ideally overnight. That cold rest is what creates the resistant starch, so do not skip it. You can then eat them cold, in a potato salad or a rice salad, and keep the benefit. You can also gently reheat them to just warm, not piping hot, and much of the resistant starch survives. Start with half a cup of cooked and cooled potato or rice per day. Build up slowly over 2 weeks because this fiber is powerful and your bacteria need time to adjust. A little cold potato with lunch is one of the easiest habits you will ever add. Go gently here because feeding your bacteria this well can cause gas at first. That gas is actually a sign the resistant starch is working, but it should stay mild, not painful. Start with just 2 or 3 tablespoons if your stomach is sensitive. For a softer texture, mash the cooled potato with a little olive oil so it is easy to chew and swallow. If you live with diabetes, this food can be a friend because resistant starch gentles the rise in blood sugar. Still, if you take any medication for blood sugar, tell your doctor you are adding it so they can watch your numbers with you. Pair your cooled potato or rice with a drizzle of olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. The olive oil brings polyphenols that feed your bacteria from another angle entirely. Add a spoon of beans from number 2, and you have built a gut feast in one simple bowl. That combination is as close to a perfect gut meal as plain food gets. So this is the food I promised you at the very start. The one most people throw straight in the bin. The cold leftover potato you were about to reheat to death or scrape into the trash is quiet medicine for your gut. Treat that humble cold potato with respect, and you feed the very workers who keep you strong and independent. That is how one forgotten food can change how you feel for the next 10 years. Consider a typical case documented in the nutrition literature. A 74-year-old woman was struggling with constant bloating and irregular, difficult bowels. She felt tired after meals and was slowly eating less and less. Her energy was fading, and she quietly worried she was becoming frail. Her care team changed nothing about her medication. They simply rebuilt her plate around these everyday foods. She started each morning with soft oats, ground flaxseed, and half a cup of plain kefir. At lunch, she added a small scoop of cold potato and a spoon of lentils. She drank more water and took a short, easy walk after each meal. Within about 6 weeks, her bowels became regular and comfortable again. The bloating that shadowed every meal quietly faded. Her energy lifted, and she began finishing full meals with pleasure again. Nothing exotic changed her life. Only simple food fed to the right bacteria. So let us turn all of this into a plan you can start today. Here is your checklist, and every step carries a number. Step 1, tonight. Put 1 potato or 1 cup of cooked rice in the refrigerator to cool for at least 12 hours. Step 2, also tonight. Add 1 bag of ground flaxseed and 1 container of plain kefir to your shopping list. Step 3, tomorrow morning, make 1 bowl of soft oats and stir in 1 tablespoon of flaxseed and half a cup of kefir. Step 4, this week, Eat half a cup of cooled potato or rice on at least 4 of the 7 days. Step 5, this week. Add half a cup of beans or lentils to 3 of your meals. Drink a full glass of water with every new fiber and build up slowly so your gut has time to adjust. Before you go, think of someone in your life who deserves to hear this. Maybe a parent, a partner, or a friend who is tired of feeling bloated and unwell. Send them this video today because simple food might give them real comfort back. Now tell me in the comments which of these 5 foods you are starting tonight. Your answers decide exactly what I cover next on this channel. If this helped you, subscribe to this channel. We exist to give seniors the science a 12-minute appointment never has time to cover. This video is education, not a diagnosis. Your own doctor knows your history, so bring this list to your next appointment. I'm Bennett Thorne. Don't forget to subscribe and live longer.